I'm at with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Ram 1500 and maybe you want to use your bed to carry your bikes because maybe you don't have a hitch bike rack, or maybe you're using your hitch for something else, this is going to be the next best place. A great tailgate pad for you is going to be the Kuat Huk half-size tailgate pad. So let's check it out. Now where a tailgate pad is really going to shine is if you already plan on throwing your bikes back here, there's going to be two reasons why this is going to stand out. The first reason is if you have those nicer bikes and you don't want them scratching up against one another or just bumping around in your bed, this is going to keep everything nice and organized and so they don't fall over. And the next one is maybe you don't want to worry about trying to detangle your bikes from one another because that could be a real pain. This is also going to make unloading them much simpler. What's nice about the one we have today is since it's the half-size one, it's going to free up a lot of space on the other side of your tailgate so you won't block anything important like your backup camera, and you're going to have plenty of other space on the other side of your bed. So if you plan on taking any camping trips with maybe a friend and you need a lot of room for maybe because you have a big tent or a lot of gear that you're going to take out with you for those longer camping trips, you're going to have that space to do it. Now this carrier is going to be able to hold up to 2 bikes, and you're probably thinking that's going to be pretty tight, and you are right, that will be pretty tight. So if you have any bikes that you don't mind really just touching one another, more so on the wheel side of things, then you should be fine. You might have to spread them out a little bit, but that's something I do like about this. It's a pretty adaptable pad. So we can actually take a closer look at that now. And to do that, I need to remove my bike. So we're going to come over to this strap right here. It's going to be a nylon strap, so it's very durable. It's going to have this buckle. Really easy to operate. If you need to cinch anything down, all you have to do is pull on it, pull that down, you're ready to go. When you take it off, open it up, then you pull it out. What I also like is we got this little protective surface on the bottom of that buckle, just so we don't scratch anything up. And just make sure you put that back on, just so you don't lose it. Now, if you have a carbon frame bike or alternative frame bike, that might be a tough fit for what we have. Since a carbon frame is making contact with this, you probably don't want to damage it or scuff it up at all. And then with those alternative frame bikes, just depending on how that frame sits over here, you might not have a fit. So definitely just check how your bike would sit on your pad before investing in something like this. The last thing I want to talk about with your bike is, if you notice, I have to lift up my bike pretty high to get it over my truck. So if you have a really heavy bike like an e-bike, that might not be the best option for this. If you have a friend to help you out, that wouldn't be bad, but in most cases, that's going to be a pretty heavy lift. Now we are going to have a lot of padding to protect your bike and your vehicle. We're going to have one on the back side, the top side, and then the front side. And it is pretty thick, as you can see right here. That's going to offer you a lot of protection. And this material is going to be abrasion resistant, made out of a TPU. And it's also going to be UV resistant too, so you can leave this out in the sun and it shouldn't wear. I also like this material is really easy to clean. So if you notice here, we got the scuff from our bike. That's just going to happen because bikes get pretty dirty, especially the wheels. If you notice, just wipe it over with my finger, comes right off. So these are really easy to clean. But to show you how adjustable this tailgate pad is, I'm going to open this up. Since we're not blocking our handle, and we're going to have 2 of these straps, and you can really put this wherever you like because we're going to have multiple points to secure this down. So if you notice your bikes are running into each other a whole lot, you can spread them from here all the way to right here. Make sure you have split space to put your bikes on here. And looking right in front of that, we can see how this is going to secure onto our tailgate pad. Really, it's just a strap that comes around, grabs onto this buckle here, and it's actually going to reach it all the way to the front side to right here. Just uses G-hook to grab onto this tab and secure it down. Really simple to do. One of the easier installations for a tailgate pad. And what I like about it is you don't have to have any tools on hand, and you don't have to make any modifications to your vehicle. And it's going to use 2 straps, so it's going to give you an even fit on the back end of your tailgate. And what's really nice about having a half-size pad is it's going to give you a little bit more options to work with. So what I mean by that is if I just lift up here, you notice only a little bit less than half of our tailgate is being taken up by this pad. And let's say you run into the issue, maybe you got some really large wheels and they're blocking a lot of your tail light. You're not a big fan of that. All you have to do is simply loosen this up a bit and push it over some. Now, if I'm being honest, I think this would work a little bit better on this side, because if you need a little bit more of a gap for your tail light, we have our backup camera right here. So if we pull it over a little bit, we're going to start to block that. So if you put it on this side, you shouldn't have that issue, and you should still be able to open up your tailgate too. In my opinion, I think this is a great option because this is going to free up a whole lot of space in your bed, especially if you're not taking a whole bunch of bikes with you. And I think this is a much better alternative compared to a hitch-style bike rack, because a hitch-style bike rack is going to block a whole lot of things on the back of here, especially your license plate. And those can be a lot heavier and you need some tools to install them. This just goes right onto your tailgate in a few seconds and then you're ready to hit the road. Now, some other options to really consider would be the full size option of this. If you do want to carry a lot of bikes, now just keep in mind, if you do have a full set of bikes on the back of here, you're going to lose some space in the bed of your truck. So if you want to take those longer camping trips where you need a whole lot of gear with you, you might not have that room to do that now. Now, if you are really set on doing the full-size tailgate pad, another one to think about too would be the Swagman Paramount tailgate pad. What's nice about that is it's going to take up all this space back here, but it's going to have 2 pockets on the back. So if you want to organize some additional gear, maybe even a helmet or some shoes, then you can store those in those pockets. But that's something you got to think about too, is if you want to really keep your shoes and helmet outside in the elements, because it won't be protected. But I think where this one is really going to shine is for those extra long camping trips. You only need to carry a bike or 2. But that was just a look at the Kuat Huk half-size tailgate pad on the back of our 2024 Ram 1500. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.